So by now you've probably heard a lot about 5G. It is the latest iteration of wireless connectivity, and it's going to make our devices a lot faster and potentially a lot smarter. So right now I'm in a volumetric capture room, which means that there are a ton of cameras surrounding me, and they're going to render a 3D hologram of myself. And it's running off of a 5G network. This capture room is run by EverCoast, and we're going to see it in action. We're also going to be talking about what potential obstacles and challenges there are before we see 5G-enabled technology like this in the real world. Walk me through step by step what we're seeing here.
So what you're seeing is a ring of 3D depth sensing cameras that are capturing us in real time, finding every single point in 3D space in motion, can also capture us and record us, do live action, and then we can post-process that content for distribution. Each of these cameras is capturing us in real time to generate a 3D hologram of us both.
And then once that image is rendered, because of 5G, it can be processed much quicker, correct?
That's right. All of this stuff is running into a single computer right now, and we don't need, because of 5G, we don't need a farm of in-house servers. We'd otherwise need a rack of servers in here to post-process this content quickly. With 5G, we can take all of the capture, push it out to the cloud, process that in what would normally take hours or days. We can get it done in minutes. We're actually now into the upload stage. We're over 5G. We are transmitting that data up to a cloud of servers. Our software will automatically spin up 15 or 20 servers, dynamically calculates how many we want to use for that. It'll process through all that data in a matter of minutes throughout the whole process. We get Slack notifications and other notifications letting us know when each stage completes. We get the cameras over on that side. We just launched 15 servers for her entire 776 frame range. We kicked off that job, and in a matter of minutes it'll be done, and we'll be ready to see her as a hologram. We pull it down and can put it into this display, onto another display, or into a VR headset.
In terms of scale, consumers that want to use this kind of tech, are they going to have access to it anytime soon?
They will. This is all available today. So we envision a world where influencers and content creators can get their hands on these kinds of systems and start to create 3D content and get it out to consumers. We envision the dressing room of the future where we could be in here and trying on clothes and sharing it to our friends to get feedback on what we're trying on. We could see each other, and so that I don't have to sort of look in the mirror to see what I look like. We can actually just sort of capture something in 3D and look around it. We envision the world of esports where we can, instead of sitting at a computer with a game controller, we could be in here on an omnidirectional treadmill, being surrounded and captured in real time and streamed into the game. So if we can get a 3D capture of you and then swap a face, that makes something look a lot more real or a lot more fake than it actually was. But we're not focused on any of that face swapping. We're not focused on the other aspect of this is that with a capture of you, we can build a skeleton of where your shoulder joint is, where your elbow joint is, where your neck, and then manipulate your body after the fact. So while you weren't dancing in that segment, we could make you dance.
Right.
Again, it's not something we're focused on. There might be other companies that are focused on that, and so there can be concerns around privacy or fake content, but it's really not something that we're working on at all.
So before we see this kind of technology in people's homes and offices, we do have to consider the limitations of the 5G millimeter waves. They're much shorter, they can't necessarily travel through walls and through different distances, and so there will have to be a lot more of these transmitters and cell sites to be able to deploy those millimeter waves, and that means a lot of infrastructural change, which is yet to come.